there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears.
Your 2025 Chicago
We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. Off we go from Soldier Field. Stop at 25, the drive will begin there. So now the Steelers come out, and that's a familiar face in Steeler colors. Mason Rudolph with Pittsburgh, early in his career with Tennessee last year, already 30 years old, and Greg, he's back in black and gold.
The thing that has always really stood out and impressed me the most about this guy, Mike, is how steady and reliable he is anytime he's called upon. You know exactly what you're getting anytime he's under center. Maybe not the biggest arm in the world, but I'll tell you what, he gives you just enough to work with, and he is capable of getting the job done.
And he's going to be stopped up at the line to begin this ballgame.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Oh, he'll look forward for a couple. Montez Sweat there on the tackle.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Rudolph looking to throw. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. First and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 6. Now Gainwell. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
It is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. That's into the hands of his receiver, Skoranek. They pick up 17 through the air. That's a Steeler first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Often chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Look wide. Get this one complete. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
These are the kind of plays that they all look great, but if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
In trouble, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. Now Rudolph. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Rudolph. Now a screen set up for Johnson.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many in this league settling for field. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This, about as short as you can get. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Chris Boswell.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the 2nd straight year. The #1 pick of the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
So although his rookie season didn't go exactly according to plan, the best thing that happened, Mike, was he started all 17 games. And I know there were some ups and some downs. He's got a new regime now, new stability, new head coach. And I think it's going to allow all of his physical talent we saw coming out of college that made Caleb Williams the #1 overall pick. I think it's going to let it shine because there is no question.
He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. That's the 4th time All-Pro T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep on that X, and when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
Steelers take over
The
first
Steelers
and 10
offense ready to
at
get
their own
going with their
30-yard line.
second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's first and 10. Here's Gainwell. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 brings up second and a yard.
Second and a yard. Here's Rudolph. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Third and a yard. It's the quarterback with the sneak. He will have a Steelers first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They send Fryermuth, the tight end, in motion. Back to throw is Rudolph. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Rudolph. Oh, the ball's out. The Bears have it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
The Bears offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's first and 10. Play fake. Now Williams. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll be second down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window, they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Williams to throw on second down. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down is Williams from the gun. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A first catch for DJ and a first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs, and not ideal to start the game in that. So that's a really important throw right there. Let's see if they can build something from there. Brings up first and 10. Continue to let your opening script unfold. You got to go down and find some points here and get your offense settled down.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Peyton Wilson on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Swift. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. He'll try to run for it. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
So 3rd and goal inside the 5, Mike. Defensively, what you're trying to do is, of course, keep him out of the end zone. But the second step is don't allow them to have any decision about whether or not they want to go for it on 4th down. So now after that sack, they take the loss and probably leads to a field goal attempt.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal.
Motion.
Working out of the gun. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And they would get another chance. They cover it up after very nearly squandering a great scoring opportunity.
Nearly a disaster there, especially in this area of the field, Mike. You know these guys are reaching for the ball. That is such a priority of every defense around the league. Create turnovers, especially in the red zone. Fortunately for this guy, he gets to get back in the huddle for another crack at it, thanks to some quick thinking and good hustle from one of his own guys.
This one incomplete. It is batted away in the end zone. And now it's 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown. Inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will tie the game at 3 apiece.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
He'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Andrew Billings in there for a long Loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's third down.
7.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole. It's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
What can they do here on third down and 7? So a field goal apiece here in that first quarter. 3-all is the score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. Here's third and 7 as we are ready to get back underway. On third down, they'll set up to throw. He finds Austin with the grab. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Steelers first down. A gain of 7 and a Steeler first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw.
Rudolph's pass complete to Calvin Austin. 8 yards on the pickup, brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's second and a couple. He'll drop to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
He was covered by
Evan Byard, the veteran who's broken up a few passes in his day, gets to that one. Now a third and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Now he's just single-handedly taking over this drive, Mike. I mean, they better find a way to neutralize him before he damage. Get more bodies on him, take the protection to him. Either way, just get him blocked.
On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman out to punt. Devin Duvernay back deep for Chicago. That's fielded at about the 18. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. They'll pitch it out here. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Open man, that's Luther Burden. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up.
Makes it third and 5.
To throw is Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Here's Tory Taylor now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and take. The Steelers offense ready to get back to work. So first in town, they'll start from the 22. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, Gainwell. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Rudolph looking to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. A pickup of 44 yards.
44 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Gervon Dexter getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Throwing, Rudolph. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Makes the score Steelers 6, Bears 3.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready for this next possession. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. They'll go underneath to Komet on the screen. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Williams. That's into the hands of Olamide Zaccheaus. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He'll swing this out to Swift. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Chicago.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot downfield. Now let's check on the flag.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. Williams hit, and he loses the football. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Begin here on the ground. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Montez Sweat there on the tackle.
Up 2nd and
8. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
He'll air it out. Deep for Wilson. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete, but it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Gainwell. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Now Rudolph. Oh, they had it defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third and goal.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive and some points. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the board.
And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
And what a job here by the defensive line. They've got to hold their ground. Any sort of push by the offense is going to result in a touchdown. But here, the defense comes through with a huge goal line stand, and they're able to keep this offense out of the end zone.
The Bears offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. He'll move it out of harm's way. A gain of 3 up to the 4-yard line.
Brought down at his own 4-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he nearly got free. But as it is, a gain of 6, it sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to sneak it here. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, they'll come up here 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 21-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Here's Williams now to throw. To the left side, he's got Komet. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Bears 1st down.
10 at the 42-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. To throw, it's Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he'll get about 12 yards here as he's out of bounds. That'll make things a little easier on 3rd down.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
On 3rd and 2, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for.
Incomplete.
And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
On comes the punter now, as he's on here to punt this one away. And this will not be returnable, as this kick will go out of bounds. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Back to throw is Rudolph. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 40-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Rudolph. He's going to run it.
Well, Mike, this is not somebody that you're usually afraid of beating you with his legs, but every now and then he can do just enough to extend the play. That's exactly what he did here. Picks up enough yardage, converts the first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Rudolph. Check this down to Gainwell out of the backfield. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half.
Down Steelers.
Here's Rudolph. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
2nd and 10.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to be third down.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. This one grabbed by Austin. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. They will run it over center with Swift. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the give, here's Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Chicago.
Bears first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Bears first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Nothing there. He is fortunate fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
No gain on the
Really
play.
impressive job
Leads
there
to
by the
second
defense,
and
Mike. I
goal.
mean, to not only
At the
absorb the initial
7-yard
push,
line.
but now you got to get the back on the ground. And sometimes to hold up against these big old offensive linemen and stick an arm out to get the ball carrier down, it's easier said than done. And really nice job here by the defensive front.
That's complete on the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
So backed up now to the 8-yard line. It's third and goal. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears will tie the game at 6.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steelers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Low-scoring game, all time, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. First and 10. Start on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He's brought down at the 31. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
From the 31, here is second down and 7. They'll stick with him again. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And that'll set up fourth down.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
A play fake. Now Williams. Down the field, it's DJ Moore. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. A gain of 24 through the air. Good for a Bears first down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From just shy of midfield, here's second down. Throwing is Williams. That's complete commit with the catch. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
On the tackle. A gain of 1. It's fourth down and less than a yard.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on downs. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Gainwell. Well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6.
Tackle made right at midfield. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 3. Here's Gainwell. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Here comes third and 6. Rudolph looking to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over once more. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this first and 10. Give up the middle
brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Quick throw on the RPO is complete. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Chicago.
First down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Swift, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. That's complete. It's Odunze. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Here's Austin to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gainwell. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. A run with Gainwell. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Throwing, Rudolph. That one broken up, It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Williams hit, and he loses the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
At the 31-yard line.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
There goes Swift, first down and more. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Bears first down.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
This is a great example of why teams continue to spend draft capital on interior defensive linemen. It's an investment that we see play out week in and week out across the NFL. Great example here.
Throwing on second down, Williams. Connection made, it's Burton. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Third and a yard. Here's Williams now to throw. Cross right side to the tight end, Komet. And you will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And the Bears.
So that's a big first down conversion because, Mike, as you take a look at the game clock, if they play this right, not only do they put themselves in position to score here to win this at the end, but they also can leave very little time left for their opponent to try to go down and answer.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
That's a gain of 14 and a first down.
First down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On second down, it's a run with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
On third down, it's Williams. That one broken up and is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. Johnson now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Now, faking the give. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This offense, they just can't establish any sort of rhythm. There's just no way to sustain any scoring drives when your quarterback is being pressured and sacked this often.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Now Rudolph. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter.
Rudolph.
The pass on 2nd down. The stop made by Andrew Billings. An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Back to throw is Rudolph. Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up A first down.
10 at the 33-yard line.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
Going to go off tackle this time to the left, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. First down picked up.
4 yards. And the Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw. He finds Austin with the ground. And the Steelers are looking at a 1st and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Now, 1st and goal. To throw is Rudolph. Will set up the screen to Gainwell. And he will dive into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it. And the Steelers have taken a 4-point advantage.
Steelers 13, Bears 9.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Duvernay on the return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Here's 1st and 10. They'll put Loveland in motion. Swift. And he's able to push through the tackles to pick up 6. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game.
2nd and 3.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Williams to throw on second down. That's going to be incomplete. Upward, very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. We're trying to set up the screen here to Swift. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Here's Swift. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout, and it comes with 15 seconds to play in the game. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He's got it at about the 8. Into that 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another Bears.
So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.